these medications, which have been pills, and basically they're an anti-inflammatory, which is something to take away the inflammation in your joints.
As yet, there is no cure for JIA. However, there are safe and effective medications that can help you reduce your inflammation, relieve pain and swelling, and make it easier for you to stay active.
I've been on sulfasalazine,
naproxen,
methotrexate,
prednisone,
Remicade, which I take every 4 weeks. Before Remicade, I was in a wheelchair and I was at home for 3 months on a couch. And after it, I was able to, be average, I guess. I was able to go with my friends and live a normal life, like daily, day-to-day life was easy. And all because of this one medication that really helped me.
It is important for you to know the names of your medications, how they will help you, how and when you should take them, what side effects you should watch for, and how long it takes for them to work.
It's very common for teenagers with arthritis who take medication to worry about what the side effects of those medications might be.
Like every time I take them, I feel like I have to throw up, and I found out that was actually a side effect of the medication. I mean, it's nice to know that it's a normal side effect, but at the same time it's not enjoyable and it's not easy to cope with. Even to this day, like, I don't like seeing those methotrexate pills. They're these little yellow pills and they're so teeny, but now I can't eat yellow candy just because I remember how sick I would feel. And that's just a lasting side effect that I'll probably carry for a long time.
A lot of kids with arthritis take steroids such as prednisone. A big concern is about the side effect of weight gain and stretch marks and how that will affect their appearance.
When you're growing up and you're developing self-esteem and you're developing your own identity, that can be hard to deal with because you look in the mirror and you're not sure if it's you or not because of all these side effects that you're experiencing.
Talk to your doctor about your concerns before you make any changes to your medications.
Sometimes your medications will change, and the transition for me has been kind of hard between medications, but now I'm on 2 that really help me and I hardly ever feel pain.
At one point when my arthritis was getting bad, I had joint injections where they stick an injection right directly into the joint, directly into my knee. And I remember I got all these awful side effects and I wasn't able to walk for a while and I'd get feverish feelings and I wasn't able to go out for Halloween, and I remember that was really tough for me. So although medication is good for you, there are some points that weren't very good and kind of sucked.
So when I was growing up with arthritis, it really affected my jaw joints, and so one of the sides actually didn't grow properly while the other one tried to, and it got to a point where I had my jaw pushed back, and they were kind of worried about my chewing and my sleeping, and so they had me go more into surgery to get my jaw fixed, and so I now have 26 pieces of metal on my face, which I think is amazing. I love the outcome because it makes me feel less self-conscious. I don't think someone can look at me and say, oh, that girl has arthritis, before I think people would have wondered more.
These medications also prevent or minimize permanent joint damage.
Since I was diagnosed so young, it was not unusual for my mom to handle my medications, find out what I have to take, how often I have to take it. But as I got older, I kind of found that naturally I wanted to take more responsibility. I wanted to know more and understand more so that I could be in charge of my own health. And to do that, I had to learn the names of my medication. I had to, kind of write out schedules of when I would take what pill or what eye drop. And it actually made me feel really good about myself because it made me feel like I was in charge and that I was an adult and taking responsibility. And so I kind of found, something optimistic and positive out of taking medication. The fact that, I was being like an adult.
And I've made sure that I take my medicine and try to make it a routine that way.
I forget to take my medication a lot, so I try to come up with ways that would help me remember, because when I didn't take my medication, I would feel it a lot in my joints. So I got this bottle, and it has every day of the week, and I put a certain amount to know how much I should have left at each day. And if I look at the end of the day and there's still stuff left, then I know I didn't take it, which is okay. Just the next day, I have to remember to take it.
So it's important to, try and take what they tell you to take, because they're just looking for your best interests, and it's just something you have to go through to find the right one that will work for you.